Hi, my name is Amber. Welcome to my channel, Books and Beaches. So, I have brought you several book hauls throughout my time on YouTube so far, but I have yet to do an unhaul. And I clearly, as I'm looking behind me, have needed to make some room on my shelves, especially because I know the holidays are coming up. I am probably going to get some books, and I know I have a particular trip planned coming up this weekend that I know I will be bringing home some books. So it was time to clear out my shelves a little bit. Now, I was trying to be a little cutthroat when it came to getting rid of some books. So some of these I have read, some of these I have not. But yeah, I just had to be kind of honest with myself on whether or not I had planned on reading them and whether or not I thought I would get to them, I should say. So let's take a look what I'm pulling off my shelves. These all will eventually end up on my Pango. At the time of filming, I do not have them up there yet, and I can't guarantee by the time I post this that I will have them up there, but eventually these will all make it to my Pango, which I always have linked below. For those of you that love buying books, be careful because Pango can be very addicting. But let's take a look at what I've got. So the first one here is the Jane Austen Society. Sorry, it's a little shiny. And this is by Natalie Jenner. I think I bought this because it sounded like a really good historical fiction. Yeah, just after the Second World War. And I think it was in a place where like Jane Austen was born, but it sounded interesting at the time. But I've just found myself like not reaching for historical fiction as much, which has changed a little bit right here in November because it is Historathon right now, but it's just one that I don't think I'm going to pick up, like most of these. This one I can't remember if I read or not, but I picked it up so long ago, and clearly it was on sale at Barnes & Noble, but that is Why Not Me by Mindy Kaling, and I've loved a lot of the shows that she's been on, and so I can't remember if this is one I picked up. I know I've picked up one of her books, but it's just not one that, if I have read it, I'm going to pick it up again, and I'm not interested in keeping. This one I pulled off my shelves, and now I'm like, oh, should I keep it? So if you've read this next book, let me know whether or not I should keep it. I suppose I could be persuaded to keep any of these, but that is The Holiday Swap by Maggie Knox. This was a book of the month pick, in December of last year. And I didn't get to it in December, and I am not the kind of person that's going to read a holiday book outside the holiday season. And I think the more I heard people talking about this one, I was just kind of like, I don't know if that's for me. Now, of course, we're getting into the holiday season, but I'm just not sure if it's something I should pick up or not. So if you've read it and it is something I should pick up, let me know. Otherwise, it's going in the unhaul pile. You'll notice a pattern. A lot of these are probably book of the month books just because now that I kind of started focusing on that this fall, I'm realizing that I have some that I think I picked out in my excitement of joining the book of the month, and now I'm just not going to read them. So another one is A Good Marriage by Kimberly McCreight. Crate? You know me and author names. Probably not pronouncing it right. I've had this one since May of 2020, which has got to be right around the time I joined book of the month. I know it's a thriller. It's definitely probably why I picked it up. But I don't know. It's not calling my name, and dare I say I'm judging a book by a cover, but like I said, if you've read it and you think I should keep it because you think I would like it, let me know. Another book of the month book, and here's the problem with historical fiction that I have is I think I always tend to get the same historical fiction, and then they all start sounding the same to me, and so I know I have authors that I already like to read, and so it's hard for me to branch out. So this one is Atomic Love by Jennifer Fields. I wouldn't guess. Oh, Chicago in 1950. Okay, so it's a little bit after World War II. I was gonna guess it was a World War II. But it's just, let's see. Yeah, the woman's a physicist in Manhattan, having a passionate love affair. I don't know. And I can't remember if I've heard what I've heard about this one, but I feel like typically if I haven't heard a lot about them, not to say a book can't be like secret good, but I don't know, just it wasn't calling my name anymore. So a few of these are also when I went crazy on Book Outlet when I first discovered it and was like, oh, I really want to pick some of those up. and now I'm realizing I'm just not going to get to them. This one is The Loose Ends List by Carrie Firestone. My lighting's a little off today, but it sounds great. And I think it kind of reined me in because this one was talking about a family going on a cruise, but I just know I'm not going to get to it. I have so many other books that I'm really looking forward to on my shelves that was what my whole thought process during this unhaul was. Like, if I am not drawn to it, I'm probably going to get rid of it. So it sounds like an interesting concept. I'm not feeling it. Same thing with this one. This is The Bookshop of Second Chances by Jackie Fraser. Now I'm thinking, I wonder, this might have been one I won off of Goodreads. And I am notorious for entering lots and lots of Goodreads giveaways because I get so excited and then they end up on my shelves with all of these and things that I get excited to buy. And if anybody's got any tricks on how to not do that, let me know. But it says, a woman desperate to turn a new page heads to the Scottish coast and finds herself locked in a battle of wills with an intriguingly aloof bookseller. So yeah, it's not something that's calling my name right now. So off it will go. Another book of the month book, but this one I believe I picked up at half price because this one came out in April of 2018 and I know I wasn't a book of the month member at that point, and that's Our Kind of Cruelty by Araminta Hall. Sure, it's a thriller, and it's actually quite a small thriller. And I'm a sucker if I find a good sounding book on the half price shelf, but I gotta learn to be better at that. If there is a lesson in this video, it is that. But yeah, I don't know. I have so many other thrillers I need to read. It just didn't make the cut. I'm sensing a theme here. How many times can I say that today? All right. Next one. I've actually read this one. Might be the first one in this whole pile so far that I've read, and that is The Spanish Love Deception by Elena Armas. I liked this book, which is actually a surprise. This was one of our book club books, and it was quite a surprise for, I think, some of the members of my book club, because usually I'm pretty hard on romance. But this one reminded me of the movie The Wedding Date with Deborah Messing, and I loved that movie. So this one kind of reminded me of that. So I think I do remember I liked this one. It says a wedding in Spain, an infuriating man, 3 days to convince her family she's actually in love. So it's kind of a fake dating, take it along to a wedding kind of trope. So yeah, surprisingly I liked that one. It was good. This one I read a long time ago, and this one I'll probably end up just putting in a free little library because it's not the greatest copy, but that's Bridget Jones' Diary by Helen Fielding. And yeah, this one has used stickers all over it. So this one will probably definitely end up in a free little library, but I can't even remember when I actually bought this, but I don't even remember if I liked the book. I remember the movie, but so, let's see. A couple of these. Another book of the month one. This one I might be able to be talked into because I know people like this author duo, but that's The Golden Couple by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen. This is from February of this year, and I just haven't picked it up. So this is another one that if you've read this one, let me know. You know, I love a good thriller. I love domestic thriller, or domestic mystery. So yeah, I don't know. So if you have read this one, let me know what you think, because this is one of those, especially since it's new to me this year. I'm still questioning, but like I said, I was being a little cutthroat, pulling off my shelves. So another book of the month, and this one I think I might enjoy it, but the problem is it's a really chunky book, and I don't think I actually got this one from Book of the Month. This was June of 2019, and that's The Golden Hour by Beatrice Williams, and I just don't find myself picking up historical fiction that much, especially one that's such a chunker. And so yeah, I would be lying if I said I wasn't a little intimidated by it, and although now I look at this and it says it's set in the Bahamas, which would be right up my alley, but I'm just not sure. So like any of the other ones, let me know what you think. Oh, this one was another Goodreads giveaway, and I get a little carried away because I'm like, oh, it kind of sounds interesting. And then of course those are the ones that I end up winning, which I'm thankful, always so thankful to receive any sort of book for free. So I am not saying that in the slightest. And this one was actually an ARC, Ballad of Love and Glory by Reina Grande. Shiny, beautiful cover, beautiful. But it says, a long petal of the sea meets cold mountain in the sweeping historical saga following a Mexican army nurse and an Irish soldier who must fight for their survival and their love amid the atrocity of the Mexican-American War. So I think that's probably why I found it interesting, just because it was a different part of historical fiction that I don't normally read, because I do read a lot of World War II. And who wouldn't be a sucker for this cover? But since it's an ARC, it'll probably end up in a free little library. Or if I have anybody that might be interested in it, let me know. I'm happy to send people things. Because I have the cutest book mailers. It's the best thing about Pango. So, but that one won't end up on Pango because I do not sell ARCs. Next one up is Paris for One by Jojo Moyes. I've really liked books by her, but once again, I just find myself drawn to other things right now. I never got to this one. I think it's based in Paris, but it's just not calling my name, so it's going. Another one that I actually picked up for a work book read that we were supposed to do, and I just never got to it. We were doing it in the summer, and as much as I love to read in the summer, I just wasn't ready to pick up a book for work, even though this one is fiction. And once again, it was intimidating. And so, I like Jodi Picoult. I have my favorites by her. I have not read everything that she's read. I'm not like a super fan by any means. So, House Rules, ready to let that one go. Let's see. One that I have had forever, and by forever I mean since college, that is Pledged, The Secret Life of Sororities by Alexandra Robbins. I got this because I was in a sorority and I was curious, like, what's going on? Like, what is this book going to be about? And whether or not, like, any of it was true. And it's been so long since I read it. And I think it was an interesting read, if I remember right. And some things probably did line up, but it's just not something I need to keep in my shelves anymore. I am not going to be, you know, directly involved in my sorority at this point. Like, yes, I'm an alumni, but that's about it. So that one can go. Oh, some people might yell at me for this one because I haven't read it yet. I haven't figured out how I feel about this author yet. All right, let me just show you. It is Frederick Bachman's Anxious People. I did not read this one. I have read the first two in the Beartown series, and I don't know. I don't know how I feel about them. I'm still debating on whether or not I'm going to pick up The Winners, which is the third one, because I'm just not sure his writing is for me. And so this one is in my Unhaul pile. Let me know what you think below if you've read this one. Should I give him one more try, or should I unhaul it? Let's see. This one I did read, and that's Jennifer Weiner's That Summer. And I think I remember liking this one. Yeah, I read this one a couple summers ago, and it was good. It was fine. I think I enjoyed this one more than I enjoyed, it's sitting right up here just above my frame, The Summer Place. I enjoyed this one more, but it's also not a book I'm going to pick up again. So I like her writing. Quick, easy, like palate cleansing summer book, but just not one I'm going to pick up again. So that one can go. Another book of the month. Are you shocked? No, you're not. And that is Instructions for Dancing by Nicola Yoon. I have read other things by this author. Was it Everything? I think that might have been her. I could be wrong. And of course it won't say it in here. Oh yeah, it does. Everything, and The Sun Is Also a Star. So I did enjoy those, but I just, like, this one isn't calling me, and so I would rather someone have, like, a great unused copy of this. I've had it since June of 2021. I would rather someone else get a use out of it and go from there. Only a couple more to go here. This one, Catherine Center, How to Walk Away. I have not read this one. I don't even remember where I picked it up. Probably half price, but I've liked her writing, but it's not something that I like find myself reaching for. So this was just an easy, yeah, I'm good. Another book of the month. This one, I want to say I heard Sarah at Sarah's Nightstand talk about this one and how she DNF'd it. And now Sarah and I don't always have the same sort of reading taste. She reads a lot of fantasy. I don't. But I think I'm going to take her word for this one. And that was Girl A by Abigail Dean. And I want to say she said she just didn't like it. And so I've kind of always had this one on like my back mind radar of like, yeah, that's not going to be for me. And it says, yeah, you can flee your parents, you can bury your secrets, but you'll never leave behind what your siblings know, what you all shared. It sounds interesting, but when I know someone that I enjoy watching doesn't like it, I'm like, it just doesn't make me want to pick it up. And last but not least, I know this one was a book outlet buy, probably something that just sounded oh so good at the time. And that is The Decent Proposal by Kemper Donovan. I couldn't even tell you what this was about. Yeah, a heartfelt love story. Would you agree to spend 2 hours a week with a stranger just talking to collect $500,000 at the end of the year? Sure, sounds interesting, but like I said, none of these are just anything that is calling my name that I think I need to pick up now. So that is everything that I am looking to unhaul at this point. Do I need to find more? Yes, of course. I need some more room on these shelves. I only have so much space in my apartment right now that I can store books, and I know I'm always bringing in more. So I will probably be hopefully unhauling more soon, but if you've got any opinions about any of these, please let me know. If there are any that I should really give a chance and read, let me know in the comments below. I probably could be talked into keeping a few of these, but not all of them, for sure. Some of them need to go. If you're interested in any of them, check them out. They will be on my Pango eventually. But I know there were a few arcs in here, things that I might donate. So if you're interested in any of those, let me know. As always, if you enjoyed this video today, please feel free to like and subscribe. I would love to have you join me back here. Thanks for joining me today, and I will see you next time.